dongers and non-dongers to another video from the dongers of Runeterra. I'm so humble, and I'm going to walk you through a short video about a deck that I found on the Mobilytics app that were doing very great in Masters this last patch. Basically, it's not that known out there, it's not played that much. It had like, this version of the deck had like almost a 70% win rate in Masters. When I checked it out, I have probably destroyed it a bit because I'm probably just around like 55-60 with it, but I had a good run. My first 4 games were straight wins. Let's check it out. I just call it the Pirates right now because it is Misfortune and Gankplank. 3 Misfortune, 2 Gankplanks in the deck. It is a straight aggro deck. It reminds you a little bit about Darius Misfortune I was putting out for a while ago, but here you focus a little bit more on the Bilgewater package, which means you have removed the Basilisk because you can't run the Basilisk if you run more than 4 or 5 cards of another region, because that's just too inconsistent. So we start with the basic sheep package here. This is an aggro deck with some mid to late game insurances in Gankplank. You have the Jag Butcher, the Legion Saboteur, and the Precious Pet. Pretty easy to get a 1-drop out in this deck. Pretty powerful 1-drops as well. So these are great. You get 3 of each. Of course, you have the Crimson Disciple, the Imperial Demolists. If you play Noxus and don't play them, you gotta have a very good reason, especially if you go aggro. And the Legion Grenadier, also a staple pick in the Noxus house for aggro. Great for defense, great for offense. You have Make It Rain, which is very good against other aggro matchups, because a lot of them plays, or the Mirror, all of them plays these 1 health units that you can just shred off the board. Make It Rain also works very well together with Misfortune. If the opponent thinks that he can come and block with his 2 health guys and punch your guys off the table, you drop a Make It Rain, then you will do 2 damage to them before they can hit, and most people or units at that point will just get wiped off the board. You run 2 Transfusion, that comes with the Crimson package, and you can't play the Petty Officer here, which is great because that was something you had to remove in the Darius deck with Basilisk because it messed up the allegiance. But Petty Officer is great. I think I might have called it Pretty Officer, but Petty Officers is great. A 3 and 2 gets another unit. It's great for adding pressure. The Sap Spray Fin is great. You get to draw a spell that costs 3 or less, so you know you will get the Noxian Fervor or Make It Rain, or in worst case Transfusion, and sometimes that's even good. So that's good. So it gives an extra card. It's elusive. Also attune. So if you don't have the full spell mana there, she also gives you a mana. I think it's a her at least. So that's a great addition to the deck to make you not getting out of cards. Then for 5 you have 3 Decimates, Game Finisher of course, Gankplank, which is quite easy to stack in this deck because you do damage on your turn almost always to the Nexus unless you're in really big trouble. You also in defensive rounds can do it with the Legion Grenadier, you can do it with the Disciple, Make It Rain, Transfusions. You have all the ways to do damage a lot. So by round 5, when you play Gankplank, he could level up. I'm not saying that's the average, but having him level up around somewhere around round 5 and 7, that is very likely. So he becomes pretty strong then. He gets his Overwhelm. He already have Overwhelm, but he gets like this. You get a 6/6 Overwhelm that starts with a Powder Keg. Do this, deal 1 to all enemies and an enemy Nexus, which becomes 2 because he's spawns a Powder Keg. So he's finishing the game for you, basically. So what you want to find in your hand, it's quite easy. You want to have 1 or 2 of these 1-cost units, and you would also prefer to have like a 2-cost and maybe a Misfortune. That's then, so you're insured of playing something in 3 rounds. You can also keep some like Make It Rains in certain matchups. For example, the Mirror or other aggro matchups. There is also like if you play other matchups, there will be great to keep the petty officer maybe, because you know you need to block a lot of things. Make it rain, for example, is also very good against the elusive package. And there is some matchups where misfortune isn't as great, like if you know you're not running like Braum with the Crimson package, there is a lot of things your misfortune will trigger on him then, so maybe you have to consider like going into other aggro things. That's basically where we're at right now. It's not easy, but it's quite similar to other aggro decks, and you don't have to play around the allegiance. You don't have the harrowing in this deck, but also you can't get denied by the harrowing, like deny it from Ionia. You're not susceptible to that, so, and you are not like screwed if the allegiance doesn't work. So it's a different aggro deck, which I find very funny and effective right now in the meta, and I will be playing this and a lot of other decks, of course, but this deck as maybe my primarily aggro until the patch. So thank you for that, and if you're still watching, please leave a thumbs up in the comment section. You can comment if you think I'm stupid, or if I'm right, or if you have suggestions to the deck. You can also come and join Dongus of Runeterra on Discord. The link is down below. See, you can support us on Patreon if you like what we do. That link is also down below. And finally, I have a Twitch stream. I'm so humble with an L. That link will be down there as well. Just come in, follow, watch, and see me make some huge misplays and occasionally some good plays. Right now I'm trying to climb the master ladder basically, and yeah, I'll see you there. And thanks for watching. Dong is out.